Hey, everybody. How are you? It's Sunday night, and that means it's time for Ask Us Anything. We're Mike and Jennifer Wendland, and we are coming to you live tonight from Okaloosa Island.
From the beach.
From the beach. Oh, yeah, got the sign up. And this is actually going to be our last time here, at least in Florida, after, I don't know, pretty much the whole year we have been down here in Florida.
And, a few months.
Yeah, and we're about ready to head back to Michigan in just a couple of days. So from the beach up to the woods is where we're going. So,
right.
It's great to see all of you on. It's always like to acknowledge the very first few people on. And Bruce Howard is right there from Bruce in Parsippany in Maryland. How you doing, Bruce? On this, hope you had a great weekend. Harry Rosa is here from New York City, and glad you're here. Linnea is Northern California. You both and Bo are such a joy, offering great info with thank you, and you made our day. Mm-hmm. Love hearing that kind of stuff.
We sure do.
Hi to Linda Ward in Robbinsville, New Jersey, where one of her friends asked if they could borrow my RV, which I don't even own yet, to have contact-free travel to visit her grandson. Well, that's one way to use your RV. You know, it really does work out pretty good that way. So, yeah, why not?
We used our RV to go visit our grandson.
We did. We've been down here in Florida since really late January, early February, and we had one little excursion to meet a grandkid up in Georgia.
Because he's graduating from high school. We couldn't go to the ceremony, but we went up to see him.
We did. So we went up there, and that was great. The rest of the time, we just, like last weekend, we were in Jacksonville, Florida. What a great park we had there.
It was. At first, I didn't like it. I thought I was in the tropical jungle.
Yeah.
Because I heard gators.
We did. We did have a gator that was flopping around right behind us. I mean, Bo and I went out at night, and there was this big splash, and you could hear it grunting. I mean,
Yeah, I said we weren't chaining Bo up outside.
And we will have a video on Jacksonville, our visit there, and that'll all be coming up on Saturday. It's coming Saturday. Patti,
have to get to work.
I do. The Isle of Palm, South Carolina question: have you had trouble with cab air conditioning while driving? She's in a Serenity 2018, made by Leisure Travel Vans. We have a Unity 2019, at least for another week or so. So we keep the fan low, air at 72, and it freezes over. Ours has never frozen over. Ours has been great.
We don't leave ours on, though, when we're driving down the road.
The cab air conditioning.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sure,
I was
we do.
thinking
That's from the Mercedes part of it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. That's a Mercedes issue, and I would ask them to sort it out. It is one of the reasons we're anxious to get out of here now is it's just
so hot and humid.
Yeah, it was 92 today, and that's pretty much what it's hitting every day now. And the humidity is right up there. I mean,
and it is so crowded. I was going to go to the beach with Mike, and there were 3 rows of chairs. I mean, everybody is here.
3 rows of, they have
the beach,
2 chairs and an umbrella, and they had 3 rows. That's how many people are down
I have never
there.
seen so many people here.
We in the early days of the lockdown, the beach was closed, and we said how we liked it. It was so pretty. There's nobody on it. And, man, it's just crowded.
But we're
They're
happy.
all 6 feet apart.
We're happy that everybody's having fun and they're getting to get out.
Yep, they are, and it's kind of good to see everybody. But
I don't want to go out there with everybody, and it's too hot.
I did go out there. I went out for a little bit.
Yeah, you went out,
and it was too hot.
Yeah,
even sitting in the shade under the umbrella, it was too hot. But Patti, back to your question, we've never had any problem with our air conditioning in the vehicle we have now. It's worked great. We've used it a lot. We were camping Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Jacksonville, and we had it on pretty much all the time. It was very, very warm. Doug Foss, hi from North Carolina, just south of the border. Hey, Doug. Ron is from upstate New York. We were there 1 year ago this week. So thank you very much. Hey, look we got a super chat. Let me go way down. Wow, lots of you here tonight.
Whoa.
This came from Shirley Benoit. Thank you, Shirley. What a great thing. $1.99 super chat. Howdy, RV lifestyle and followers from Shirley. And even though she posted the most recent post, she goes to the top of the list with those super chats. So now I got to get back where I was.
Figure out where you were.
All right, head west on 90. What's the vibe on the road, especially crossing state lines? I can't get a good feel for whether travelers are welcome out there yet, especially with Northeast license plates. It's great. I mean, we've been on the road a lot, really. Jacksonville and then Georgia. And we've not had any problems crossing borders. There may be still some states, in the Northeast. Michigan was pretty shut down. It's starting to open up
New York,
finally.
New Jersey, people
Jersey,
were a little
yeah.
nervous about.
They had, for a while, they had roadblocks here on Florida on I-10 from Louisiana and on 995, making sure people from New York weren't coming down. Those are gone now. Those roadblocks were really they just checked you and urged you to quarantine. About the strictest place now, I believe, is Alaska, which wants you to do a 2-week quarantine, and you can't do it in your RV. But most people, we're getting lots of reports from people traveling all over the country now. Practice social distancing, bring your masks, we have plastic, little gloves, disposable gloves that we use when we pump gas, although I confess I don't do it as much as I did in the early days.
We're getting lax, aren't we?
We are getting lax, yeah. So people are traveling. That's the best I can give you. Just be aware of local conditions. Do a lot of Google searching of where you're going and the areas you're traveling to. We'll be going through about 6-7 states as we head north to Michigan this week. We're hoping to do a little stop in Alabama for a work project, but we'll see how that goes. We've learned this year, haven't we all learned, that plans can change real quick.
I don't want to say what we're doing next week.
Yeah, I don't either because
I don't want to say what we're doing tomorrow.
Yeah, we think we know, but we don't know. So
what a year 2020 has been.
It has been,
and we're only June,
and we're not quite half done with it yet. Paul with a question. Thank you, Paul, for putting it in caps so we don't miss those questions. Our Serenity sits in the hot sun of our driveway in South Carolina, awaiting our next adventure. Should we continue to run the living area air conditioning via plug-in to keep humidity under control? Well, ours sits out in the parking lot of the condo here in Florida, and we did run we turned on the generator and we ran the air conditioner for half hour, 40 minutes this afternoon because we're doing some starting to pack up a little bit and get ready.
I don't think it can hurt it any to get out there and run it and drive it around a little bit so the tires.
Sure, if you're plugged in, you go for it. Run a little bit. That won't
But drive
hurt.
it a little too.
Yeah, drive it because I didn't drive ours for 3 months and I ended up having to get a jump start on it because I just hadn't been driving it really. I think we drove it we went to Georgia and then it just sat there for a while. So always run your engine a couple times a week. Edward Gaga, Blessed Father's Day. When is Father's Day?
I think it's coming up rather quickly.
You never know from my kids.
The 21st.
Oh, it's a long time. Well, it's next week. Yeah.
It's coming right along.
Wendy,
we're usually gone. We're usually out in Glacier.
Our daughter Wendy will remember. She will. Says. The boys, they never. Well, thank you. Flag Day. Flag Day's today. We're down in Florida, which is a pretty patriotic area. A lot of retired military down here.
Yeah, we're in the Panhandle. This is about as conservative as you can get.
Flags everywhere all the time. So, but happy Flag Day to all of you guys. Hey guys, I was wondering if I need a special license in order to drive an RV. No, you don't at all. Just a regular driver's license. Hello to Joey F. Bertina, if you're full-time in your coach in Texas, can you still run the water and just put some antifreeze in black and gray tanks? Well, you don't need the antifreeze now because it's...
well, we're talking... Texas is a big state. And what part of Texas? When winter comes.
If you're talking about winter?
Yeah.
Well,
if you live in it full-time.
You need to have some... you do need to have
some
antifreeze in it. And you wouldn't run your water if it's really consistently below freezing, and it's staying that way for a long time. Even if you're full timing, it's pretty tough to run the water unless it's really, really just barely cold. But you do have to run antifreeze. Wow.
You have to winterize it.
A super chat from Phyllis. Wow, Phyllis. Hey, Mike, pull your mic in closer. It's cutting out.
Uh-oh.
You know, we have this problem occasionally. The mic is right here. See? Look. It's right there. I can't get it any closer. I could go like that.
Yeah, well, this is what I have to do. I have to lean forward
yeah,
like this.
maybe if I go like this. I'll go like... I'm always yelling at Jennifer because she's too far.
This is what I hear all the time.
We're sitting there. We record the podcast in this system, and I'm always going... See, you can see my mic right there. I'm always going like this to her, you know, and I guess I'll try it again.
There
Hey, Phyllis,
you go.
that cost
Thank
you
you,
$2 to tell me that. Okay, I'll do it for $2. I'll move closer. Thank you for the super chat,
Thank
Phyllis.
you, Phyllis, for
That's
telling
great.
us.
Let's see, from Ellicott City, Maryland, up the hill from the floods. Ivan and Josie are in Maryland. All right, I'm going to do now questions because we have a lot of folks on. And when I spend all my time at the very top like this, just acknowledging everybody, we'd love to acknowledge everybody and give everybody a shout out. We really need to we want to get the questions that you guys ask. So as we were saying, if you type the question part all at the beginning, when I scroll down to take one, I'll see it. Matt Dillies, I'd like to head to the Carolinas for the leaves changing this fall. We have a Class A. Any recommendations on a park to stay at? Must be pet friendly. We have 2 German Shepherds, big dogs. I don't know. I'm sure there's lots of folks here. Just do a search on Carolina RV parks, autumn colors. And you're good to ask that right now because fall is becoming a hugely popular time. Color tours, many of the parks book up. So I can't give you any recommendations in South Carolina.
But there's a lot of folks out there that will.
But I'm sure there's somebody on here that will. So keep watching the chat screen there and you'll find it. How do you see this current surge in RV sales impacting the RV experience and the crowds? Good question. Maybe there'll be a surge in the supply of used RVs next year. Tom, I am betting there will be a huge surge in used RVs next year. I have heard stories. I posted a blog post today on the blog about our 10 unwritten rules for RVing, camping, and it was really predicated on the fact of so many new people are going out there, and they really, they want to go someplace. They don't want to travel in a airplane. They don't want to go on a cruise, but they
don't
want
want hotel rooms.
So they buy an RV, and they don't know what they're getting into. And I think that when they see how crowded many of our campgrounds are, I know my friend Mark Kapp from Campground View says there's always places to camp, but it's not been our experience. We have found sometimes it's really difficult to find a place. That's why we boondock so much. I think a lot of the newbies are going to get really frustrated with that. And I think it's a 1-year flash for them, and you'll probably be able to pick up some good deals next year. That's my thought.
And it is a lot of togetherness, and it's a lot of having to plan food and laundry and, what you're going to see. It's fun, but, there's work too.
RV dealers I know say that some of the buyers are just making like spur of the moment decisions. They're going in and they're saying, we want to go on an RV trip. And of course, RV salesmen say, oh, we got 4 of them here for you. But if you buy today, you'll get a special deal, that stuff. So they're buying, sometimes sight unseen. And, there is a little bit of a learning curve to this. And it's not all, roses and pretty music. Sometimes it gets pretty nasty out there.
But the good part is that when you're in a group like what you offer, you can say you're going someplace and other people will say, well, go here, go there. They'll give you recommendations. Our first year, everybody was guiding us every place, so many places. They were so helpful when something would break, and there is a community.
Yeah, and that's a big part of it. But a lot of people are just going into it without any contacts at all into it. So
you need some community.
And you'll encounter them when you're out vacationing. So, like I saw somebody just last weekend at the park we were at, and I made a point of walking over and saying hi to them, and they were struggling with the pedestal, and they didn't know what the difference between a 30 amp connection and a 50 amp. They needed a 50, and they're trying to put it in the 30, and so I just stopped and helped him out a little bit and explained it to them, and they were thrilled. And about a half hour later, I saw actually the reverse. Somebody who the 30 amp connector didn't work in the pedestal, and they didn't know what to do. And so I said, "Do you have an adapter?" And they said, "Well, we got this plug that we were told we could put the connector to, and it was a 50 amp adapter." And so they put that in the 50, the 30, and the 50, and it worked. So give them a hand. If you see these newbies out there, give them a hand, or don't, and then you can try and buy their RV for them next year. No, but yeah, be nice to them. You all are. That's what RVing, the lifestyle is all about. Question. Hello, this week we finalized a deal on our first RV. What would be the first thing you believe we should focus on? Keep in mind, we've never owned an RV. First thing they should focus on. What do you think?
You got to stock it with pans and dishes, things like that. A little propane grill, probably. Just you got to stock it.
Yeah.
And what kind of bedding, sheets you're going to use.
Yeah, plot out where you want to go. What we recommend to many people is ask, if you're buying it from a dealer, ask the dealer if you can overnight in their lot. And that way, if they have a plug-in and everything for you, and that way you can try out everything at night and see how it is spending the first night in it. And if you have questions, they're right there in the morning. Or find an RV park near the dealer or wherever you're buying it. Alternately, stay in your own driveway. Spend a night or two in your own driveway and try it out. That's the first thing I would do with a brand new one. Besides, it's kind of fun.
And it is hard stocking it because we had Nesta pans and people were telling us what we needed to buy. You know, you have to buy everything and you don't want to make mistakes.
Yeah. It's pretty neat. It's, when you first get one, it's just so exciting. You want to go someplace, but don't buy too much. Just figure out what you need, the minimum stuff, and then you can always pick up stuff. But give yourself some time. Start slow, and in a month, you'll be really familiar with it. That's a great question. Well, congratulations. I bet you're going to have a ball. Question from George: will your new Wonder have an underhood generator? Well, it's not an underhood. It's on the side under the
Kind of kitchen sink.
on the passenger side. Yeah, near the kitchen sink. It's a 3.6 kilowatt generator, and I have really come to like those generators. They're not that noisy. The LP generators that we'll have, we just used ours, as I said, this afternoon. We used it a lot last week when we were camping. We were driving around. We were doing some video. We were running some errands, and if Bo was with us, we had him had the generator on and the air running, and it was great. We are big believers in taking naps on the interstate as you're driving. If you get a little tired,
they're going to know we're not millennials, right?
We're not millennials. Forever. No, we don't.
We need our naps.
We do the 3:30 rule. Now we do have a lot of traveling we've got to do next week. We're gonna earn our salt next week. We've got to be in a number of different places. Who knows what the week will bring, but that's our plan. So, all right. Let's see. Manhattan Beach question. While having Wonder for a couple of months, was it much smaller than Unity? Did you notice a huge difference in space when you went back to the Unity? We did. The Unity is bigger on the inside. It's
the
really
interior
bigger.
Space. We have an incredible amount of interior space, but the bathroom's just a little bit tinier. In the Wonder, the shower is a little bit bigger, and the space with the sink and the toilet is larger.
And the outside storage is
huge.
So much. It literally has a garage underneath. And underneath the rear twin beds, we got the rear twin bed model on the new Wonder. We can store a lot of clothes. So
I wonder how this is going to go, because we're giving up a lot of interior
Yeah, we're
space.
giving up the slide in that interior room for the convenience of having two beds that are already made up and lots more outside storage. We did not find it cramped in the Wonder that we tried, the one last year. The new one, but only it was hard to swivel the seats in that first one. We never really did. The new one, the seats swivel much better, so we'll really have a lot more. We'll have a lot of room in the front part of it.
And I don't know if it'll work or not. The two seats behind the driver and the passenger seat, you can make that into a little bench. I'm thinking that we can't teach an old dog new tricks. to sit on there, but we would really
Bo
like to get Bo sitting there so he can see out the windows.
Yeah. So we're going to give it a try.
And when we had the Wonder, Bo liked to sit on a twin bed and look out the window. Because I feel sorry for him when he's on the floor and he can't see anything. And he's fighting me for my seat. So sorry for me.
Hey, I hope my mic is working well now. I'm a little closer to it. And sometimes it's a little hard. So you should be hearing me okay now. I'm back to where a couple of you earlier on were talking about the mic. Andrew has a question. Considering getting an RV super bag, would you recommend one king or two twins? We have a class with king bed. Wife is always cold, and I'm not. The RV super bag. You were just giving attention to it today.
I like the king.
Yeah, we have both.
We have both. We have the twins, and we have the king. What you get kind of tired of with the twins sleeping on the zipper. I'm always hot, so I have mine on.
She's a hot chick. I've always said that.
And I toss around a lot, and I stick a foot out, leg out, because I'm too hot. And you're cold. You cocoon. Oh, that's the bad part about the king, because you cocoon. Yeah.
And then you just kind of go.
Yeah.
We have both, and we've really liked it. Now, are we going to use them on our new RV?
I am going to try to see if I can find a fitted sheet for the twin bed. Or I'm thinking they used to have those.
I just
clamps.
wrote down the size of the bed.
They have the clamps that used to hook on. Holds the sheet in place. I would like.
The bed is 32 by 76, or if you put them together, it's 64 by 76.
So it's a queen size.
So it's queen. So, you could either have it made, and I was told the same company that we bought fitted sheets on our Unity that we currently have, and those will go to the new owner. By the way, those were, and they were really expensive. So
we don't dare tell them
because you think we're nuts, but we bought them, and we could get them, I guess, for the rear twin bed too, but maybe we can make our own. We'll try that.
Well, I'm going to see what I can work out.
Yep. So
because I would like a fitted sheet and a top sheet blanket.
Kathy, while on the road, who watches your home? Well, we've got great neighbors. We've got a friend who stops in often.
Security system.
Yeah, security system, and we often let people stay there. In fact, people are staying there right now. So that's a really good thing. We enjoy doing that, and kind of have house sitters and friends who are traveling through and family. And so it's always, but we've been gone a long time though. So, and we got a lawn service that does the lawn, and
they might have stopped doing it. We haven't been able to get our mail.
Yeah, we haven't. Yes,
if
mail
they
doesn't
sent me
deliver.
a bill, I haven't paid them.
Any tips for keeping mice from getting in your rig? Ever have that happen? Not yet, but man, it can be a mess. Lots of stuff out there, lots of products. I've heard put dryer sheets out. Others say get a cat. Go through, make sure you don't have any openings. They can get through anything pretty much. Don't leave food in there. I heard the other day somebody had a note that they came in their RV and they had a snake in there.
Oh.
Yeah. And they had left a door open.
Well, that'll do it.
It'd come through, but so that'd be it. I'd just sell the RV right there, and you get a snake. But they got it out.
Take care of those mice.
Yeah, they were from somewhere down south or out west. I don't remember. Hey, enjoyed your article on the 10 unspoken rules of camping. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Also, the boondocking links, very helpful. Yeah, boondocking is a big part of our camping style. And we also like Harvest Host. Many of you know that we stay there as often as we can because we always have a good time. They're really, usually the ones we pick are always in very scenic locations. So we don't stay a lot in big commercial campgrounds. One, they're hard to get into. Second, they're so crowded, and it gets pretty crazy. All right, back to your questions. Any tips on mail when you're full time? Yeah, use the mail forwarding service from the Escapees RV Club. In fact, that's my shirt that I'm wearing now. The Escapees RV Club. If you just go there, just search Escapees. You can join the club. It's a great club. We really like the club, but they have a really great mail forwarding service. You can have it forwarded. They explain it all on their website. If you do join, there's a little drop-down menu. Tell them you heard about it from RV Lifestyle. So
That's who we were going to use them this time.
I actually signed up for it, but we never. We also signed up for this thing with the post office this time because we were going to be basically based out of this condo to forward it here every 2 weeks. Well, they said they stopped getting mail because everybody stopped mailing flyers and everything, and they have some mail for us. Hopefully, we haven't missed too much, but we've had a mess
mail
with
carrier
mail this year.
We have a wonderful mail carrier, but our mail, we didn't get it.
Earlier on in the program here, somebody had an issue with the AC freezing over. Daniel Schulz said Daniel Slews says he had his 2018 froze over, and it was solved at the Mercedes business.
Good. Mercedes can fix it.
I think Jen helped me make waffles when I was on vacation with my family. You let us see your RV, and in return, you said I should follow your YouTube channel, and it's now been a couple of years.
Oh, wow.
You remember that?
Making waffles?
Yeah.
I don't make waffles. I don't know.
Well,
I'm a pancake maker.
maybe it was pancakes. Okay, I don't know where it was, but we do make pancakes out there a lot. How do you start to boondock? We've always staying in campgrounds and have island bed unity. Well, you just go, We put together a whole book on it, and you can find it with all of our 7-day travel adventure guides. If you just go to this address right here, rvlifestyle.com/books, and look for our boondocking guide. It's our best-selling book, and it's really an introduction to boondocking, how to boondock, where to find free spots, how to get them, what you have to know going in, how you manage your electricity needs and your water needs. We also have a huge post on, if you look up, just go to rvlifestyle.com and on the right-hand search box, type in free camping. And you'll see a huge post we have. I mean, it's a book-length post. It's all free with lots of resources. So many other stories. We've put 5 or 6 of them up just in the last month on resources for RVing and boondocking and finding great spots. But the best thing is to go to our books page and scroll around there and find our boondocking guide, and that will help you really figure it out.
So how do you like the island bed? Because I really like the looks of that and the closets on both sides. That is very attractive to me. You have enough room, and
that's
you like that?
Yeah, and you'll love it. Yeah, that's nice because one of the things we really like about the twin bed, and we would like about the island, is that if we go back in a year and we get a new RV, it might be the island bed version.
Yeah,
because it's all made up.
You can both get out easily.
Yeah,
one of you's not locked against the wall.
Yeah,
it looks like a good deal. I just didn't know if it was large enough.
Yeah. Let's see. 6 people have crossed the border into British Columbia and lied about going to Alaska and traveled to Canada. 2 have been caught. 4 from Texas haven't been found yet. I wonder if Mitch is one of the 4.
That's like the craziest thing I've ever heard. 6 people have crossed the border into British Columbia. Lied about going to Alaska.
What's wrong with that?
And if they lied,
British Columbia doesn't want any. Oh, the border's closed. That's right. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna. I love you, Canadian people, but I'm not going there. I can't say anything. But fly into Alaska. But hopefully, the other 4 from Texas, they'll get through. Yeah, they're from Texas.
I feel like, gosh, we got to figure this out so that people can get to Alaska.
Oh, hey, great question. Oh, and it's a super chat from Steve Biddle. Thank you, Steve. $20. Woohoo. Oh, you're getting some extra kibbles this week. Hello from the Delmar Peninsula, visiting grandson before heading west. Retired on Friday.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. You got to be thrilled, Steve. That's my last $20 super chat from you. If you're retired, you're going to have to count those pennies. Retired Friday. Everybody give a thumbs up to Steve. Congratulations. After teaching in the Poconos for 25 years, had it out in our 2016 Road Trek Agile SS. That's on that short Sprinter chassis.
You're going to love it.
Thank you for your words of wisdom. Steve, I hope we meet you out there on the road. We're afraid to commit and tell everybody what we've got planned, but we've got at least 2 weeks of traveling planned. This week we take off, working our way up to Michigan, and then the week after we got some plans, mostly in Michigan, and we'll let you know
We're not,
other stuff
we're
we're
not saying what we're
planning.
doing because I feel like we have no control of our lives anymore.
A thumbs up to Steve on his retirement. Mm-hmm. Cynthia has a question. She says, having trouble with mail, your suggestions. I'm finishing my remodel, almost ready to start my journey east. Again,
Escapees.
you go to Escapees RV Club, join the club, tell them we sent you. There's a little drop down. Sign up for their mail forwarding. They walk you through it. It's really easy how to do it. They're very reliable, and we just think that's a great way to go. Let's see. Okay. There's a young couple on YouTube channel that I think very highly of, and they're talking about buying an old RV and restoring it themselves, and I think this is a mistake. I wonder what your thought is.
Depends on how handy they are. People do that all the time.
People are always restoring, and boy, you should see some of the ones they do.
If that's your gift.
If they want to go for it, that's the only way some people can afford too. And if they have time, and it becomes a joint hobby, and we've seen lots of just gorgeous RVs out there that people have restored. Remember that couple we saw at a Harvest Host winery in Louisiana that had the school bus?
Yeah.
Just gorgeous what they did. So go for it. Yeah, absolutely, Bill. I think that's, unless they don't have any skills at all, but they can pick them up. And that's great. Let's see what else we've got. All right. What's this $9.99? That's not a super chat, but anyway, pair jumping up and down saying number one fan. I'd like to see that, whatever that is. Ken Michaelson checks in. Hope to see you tomorrow. I do not have a safe trip. Oh, Ken is one of our dog park friends down here at in Florida, and like in the Panhandle. And if we're in Florida and we're down here, we got to take Bo to the dog park. So Bo will be there, but it'll be probably
Bo will be there to
about 8:30.
Enjoy the company of Princess.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, Cindy says, glad you made it back from your Cristobal, the tropical storm last week.
Oh, that was awful.
Just driving to Jacksonville, and then then all week they had these downpours that just kept coming about every 10 minutes. I think that's all out of there, that system.
Oh, that was something else.
Justine's heading out on our first trip. We read your 10 rules for newbies. That's at rvlifestyle.com. I hope you guys all go to our blog. Do you have any other words of wisdom? Well, a lot, and people got mad at me for that for a couple of runs. One, they got mad at me. I said that it's rude to smoke a cigar in a crowded campground. Duh, it is. It's also rude to smoke weed in a crowded campground. It smells like a skunk.
Yeah, I've been saying all the time, I smell a skunk. And like St. John, you're smelling marijuana.
It's rude to keep your TV on outside, your outside TV on
Too loud.
late at night. It's rude to keep all your lights on all night long.
It's just to be considerate to other people.
Yeah, that's the only word of wisdom. But I couldn't believe how angry some people got about that. How dare you tell me you're just old fuddy-duddies? No, you're living in a community out there in an RV park, and those are what we're talking about, all the newcomers that are coming in, because you've got to be considerate of your neighbors. Boondocking.
I know when
you
you
alone,
smoke,
do whatever you want.
when you smoke, you don't realize how smoke carries.
That's true.
Because you used to smoke, and you never
cigarettes,
and you never realized that smoke carries everywhere.
Oh, and it stinks now, and it gets in your pores. You stink. I mean, I'm not gonna go there, but anyway, read that, and then there's a bunch of other stuff that we've got on the blog there about just basic courtesy. That's really what the RV lifestyle is, and it's good. Paul, I'm betting when you finally put your RV up for sale, your phone starts ringing off the hood. Good time to sell. Well, actually, Paul, it sold the same night. Actually, I don't know if they're watching us now or not. I think they were looking for us tonight. A couple who are from Missouri bought it. We mentioned that we let the cat out of the bag, officially confirmed that we were getting the new Wonder, and we said we're going to sell this. And I no sooner signed off from this. Was it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago?
Had at least 4 other people that would like
Five.
it. 5?
And I mean, I no sooner signed off, and there was an email from that couple, and then a bunch of others came, but they bought it, and as they said, they know the RV because we've got so many videos on it, and I don't know, we're having trouble selling it because we really like it. It's been the best RV we've ever had, and if we don't like our new Wonder, we're going back to another Unity next year. We'll maybe get the corner bed, but we're really
island bed.
The island bed. Yep. What size tires are on the Unity? Do you have a tire preference? I don't know offhand what the size is. They come with Continental, I believe, is the brand. And when we replace tires, we usually, on our other RVs, we would usually replace them about 50, 60,000 miles in. I would always go for Michelin, and that's what I would do again. But the ones we have only got 26,000 on them, so they're good yet.
If I can say, the hardest thing for you is going to be not having the levelers, the automatic leveling system.
Well, I can get the automatic levelers. That was the big problem with the new Wonder, is it doesn't have an automatic leveling system. The company that makes the automatic leveling system that we have on the Unity, that is just a game changer for us. You just push a button, it's level. And when the only time we've ever had disagreements is in our other vans when they weren't level. And I said, it's good enough. And it isn't. She's very sensitive.
No, I don't sleep like that.
All right. Well, this one is level.
Flat.
So I really wanted them in the Wonder. And the company that makes the ones we have now, Equalizer, out of Ellicott, Indiana, they don't have one. They're working on it, I'm told, but they don't have one. But I found a company last weekend, not just inside the Michigan line, that makes an automatic leveling system called the Bigfoot. One of you guys out there that were watching the show sent me a link on it, and I talked to them, and I'm going to confirm it all up tomorrow. I've got an appointment. We're supposedly getting ours around the 24th, 25th, and on the 26th is when I would go have the levelers installed. The downside is I want to make sure how much clearance I have with their leveling system. That might be the bummer, because there is a little less ground clearance on the Transit than there was on the Unity. So I don't want to be in a situation
don't want to be scraping.
Where we're scraping bottom, particularly when we do boondocking. One of the reasons we love this Wonder is we're going to have all-wheel drive and going out in the countryside a bit, and that's good, but I don't want to be scraping bottom. So I got to figure that out tomorrow. I'm worried about the clearance issues, and we're pretty excited. So that will be fun. Mm-hmm. That will be fun. Let's see. Marzan, good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Wendland. Well, Mike and Jennifer, what do you think about an older RV like the Toyota Dolphin? Any pros and cons compared to a newer one? Well, parts, things, it's not nearly as well adapted to today's travel as the newer things that are out there. You're going to have a difficult time finding parts. I think unless you are really handy and that's part of your hobby, it wouldn't interest me at all. If that's the only way you can afford an RV, you're going to find that there's a lot of cost of RVing out there on the road. So many people keep saying, go into the RV lifestyle, it's cheap. Well, yeah, you can live in your car and it's cheap for a while, but do you want to live that way? That isn't a good way to live. Some RV parks don't allow any rigs in there that are older than 10 or 15 years. So you have a lot of considerations to make. But if you're getting an RV because you think it's going to be cheap, it isn't necessarily cheap, unless you just are going to live like a hobo, and then I suppose it's cheap, but it's tough. Hey, another super chat from Ignition 1991, $4.99, close enough to $5. Mike and Jen spent the weekend in Frankfort, Michigan. Also, we're recovering well here in Sanford.
Good.
Sanford, Michigan is where the lake drained. Following up on our super gym. Yeah, the dam broke in Sanford, Michigan. Wow, what a mess that was. All right, let's look for some others. I got to go back here. Well, let's see here. With storage space in the leisure travel van at a premium, what type of camping chairs do you use? Any recommendations? Well, we have had one set of camping chairs that we bought when we started this lifestyle 9 years ago, and it's on our gear page, which is if you just go to rvlifestyle.com/gear, I think that'll take you there. But we list all of the products that we have used on our lifestyle, and it's the Pico telescoping chair. It folds up to about, well, you can't see, maybe that tall and that wide, and maybe no, it's probably that big. It's about 18, and then
They
about
fold
that.
up.
Yep.
We bought them, and a lot of people have bought them when they see ours because they're small. They don't take up a lot of room.
And so they fit in the under outside cabinets, storage compartments. The new unit we have has that big outside garage, and we're going to be able to take we call them look at the sky chairs, but they're the gravity chairs that are kind of nice to sit in. We'll take those, and you have a kind of a favorite.
I have a rocking chair,
a
too.
rocking chair that we'll take. Because, it's nice to have a comfy chair at a campsite, especially when you're boondocking and you just kick back and just watch the mountains, watch the shadows play on the mountains. So we'll be able to take some better chairs with that extra storage that we have. Do leisure travel vans Unities have a 30 or 50 amp plugs? They're 30 amp. Now you can plug into a 50 amp when you have an adapter for it, and you'll still just get 30 amps out, but it's the 30 amp supply.
Do we say thumbs up?
Thumbs up. Oh, yeah. Give us a thumbs up on this video. I forgot. There's a couple that went up. Thank you. Just click thumbs up. Do you have a favorite campground in Illinois? We do. It's over in the Tri-Cities, I think, at the far western end, near the Iowa border. Rock City, right on the Mississippi. I can't remember the name of the campground. I'd have to jump back and take a look someplace in our records, but we like that, and we stayed someplace else. There's another place in Illinois that we stay at off 90, I think it is, but I can't recall it. Let's go for some more questions. Do you know if a lithium 100 amp upgrade from lead acid battery will run 2 CPAPs? No. And 12 cubic foot refrigerator with a 1,000 watt inverter overnight? Nope. It will not do it. Your 1,000 watt inverter is your problem. Go to a 2,000 watt inverter, and then you really need 2 lithium batteries, and then you'll tap them out. I mean, the CPAP machines use quite a bit of juice, so you really need 2 lithium batteries, and they're $1,000 each. I mean, there's no getting around it. Remember, I said this isn't a cheap lifestyle. Otherwise, you stay in commercial campgrounds and you plug in and you don't have a problem. But 12 cubic foot refrigerator is a pretty big refrigerator, and a 1,000 watt inverter is just not enough to handle all of that. The inverter draws quite a bit of power in itself. The refrigerator is going to be driving power. Your CPAP machines are going to be drawing power, and I don't know what else you're going to have on, a fan. Certainly not your air conditioning, so you really need a little bit more than that. With the COVID spike seen in Florida currently, are you planning a try to escape from your location? No, and I'm not going to get into the politics of the stats, but I think most of my audience is going to understand when I say, Jennifer's tapping me, being careful. So maybe I shouldn't say a word. But
Don't say a word.
Okay, I won't say a word. I'm not worried.
But there are. I mean, we rent out our condo. And, man, as soon as they allowed the short-term condo rentals, everybody's here. I mean, there are people everywhere.
Yeah.
But, no, it's too hot and humid down here for me. And we need to get home. We haven't been home in 4 months.
Yeah. Even a little longer than that. So we need to get back home. Plus, we're doing the whole deal with the new RV and selling the old one. The people from Missouri are coming up to buy it, and so we got to be there for sure the week after next. And our plan is to take off from here, I think Tuesday morning, and we'll see how that goes.
And I never felt stuck in down here.
No, it's never.
Because it's so pretty to walk outside, and the dog park starts our day every day. 2 months I couldn't go to the gym. That was a very big deal to me. But now I can go to the gym.
But I will tell you that there are an incredible amount of people down here.
From everywhere.
And I got to say, I mean, I'm looking right now. That's probably a family. I'm watching a family on the beach, and they're all very close together, but that's probably family. They're under the same roof. But people are not practicing social distancing like they have been. So it's normal. We're going to, I mean, we knew that as soon as people got out that the number of cases would go up. I'm told that what you should watch is the number of hospitalizations, and that hasn't gone up. So, and that they're finding that with more testing, you're going to see more cases. So,
and then we laugh because we take both, excuse me, for a walk, and we call them the party houses. There's like 3 houses on our walk where they always are entertaining, and you hear the music and you hear the howling, and we just refer to them as the party houses.
Yeah.
That was when the bars were closed. Now restaurants open, so the bars. Are regular bars open or just restaurants?
Regular bars, I think, are open too. Jenny, will the new Wonder be your first all-wheel drive Class C or B+? It'll be our first all-wheel drive B+, which is a Class C. We did have a 4-wheel drive Sprinter road track model that was a 4-wheel drive, and we had that for about a year. And we're not really happy with it. It rode extremely
it was such a rough ride.
And we didn't need 4-wheel all the time, but I think the all-wheel drive is going to be really nice. So we're looking forward to that. Have you ever considered an Airstream Atlas? If not, why? Money. It's the most expensive of all of the B pluses, I think, out there. I think the Atlas is like $225,000 equipped, with what you want on it. And it's beautiful. It's gorgeous, but it's just an absolute fortune. So if I was going to spend that much, I would probably, it is a B plus, so it's a little bigger. But if I was going to spend that much, I would probably spend a little bit more and go and buy something from Advanced RV, and they make the best camper van Class Bs, bar none. But they're also the most expensive.
I think they only make 12 or 18 a year.
Yeah, they're really expensive.
They're very custom. They name them.
Yeah. Have you had any trouble? Leisure vans having trouble with their slide out, needing repairs, or having leaks? No, I've not heard of anybody credible that has had any. We certainly haven't had any. So I don't know. I mean, slides used to be a big problem, but
and ours is only 2 feet. It's not, huge.
It's just a small slide. I don't know if I'd want those. Well, it's all a trade-off. We like the extra room, but we don't want a vehicle that's too big. We can still park our Unity, our B plus, in a parking lot at a supermarket,
like
or
a Cracker
restaurant,
Barrel.
or
Spend the
Cracker
night.
Barrel.
I get a little embarrassed when you start whipping out a slide.
Yeah. Yep. It gets good. Do you plan to use the garage in your new RV to haul your bikes, or just use it for every day? A little bit of both. Sometimes
we'll see how
take
much
the
we
bikes.
can fit in.
Yeah, we'll see what we can put in.
I know we can take 1 bike, but
yeah.
I'm not sure 2. And I bet he won't take my step through, because I would want the step through. And
I'd take your step through.
Would you?
Yeah. So we might take just 1 e-bike.
Because we have Bo. We leave him, he barks.
We're really talking about the issue with dogs a lot, and we believe in telling you guys exactly as it is. If you have an active lifestyle for RVing and you're traveling with dogs, you're not going to be able to do as much hiking and exploring and museum visiting and restaurants going to as you would without a dog, because dogs cramp your style and they're not welcome in many places, including our national parks, many places. So even in our case, where we'd like to take off on our e-bikes for 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours, what do you do with Bo? You shouldn't leave a dog alone in a campground, even if you've got air conditioning and you're plugged in, because you don't know if it'll go up. You don't know if the dog's going to bark and disturb people. If you're out in the boondocks, it's a little bit, you can do a little bit more. But our days of all-day hiking are over. You can't do them with the dog, unless you could take the dog with you.
And you can't. 99% of the places you cannot, because of wild animals.
But, a lot of people travel with dogs, little tiny dogs, some with big dogs, but they're not real active people. They don't do a lot of activity, and that's okay. But in our case, there is a real cost to bringing Bo with us, and that does cramp our style.
And like right now, Bo is so used to being with us after this COVID-19 thing. I mean, he's with us all the time.
for example, but right now, I mean, we're not camping, right? We're in our condo, but I would love to go after we get off here in a couple minutes and go take a nice walk on the beach at sunset. But Bo isn't going to let me do that because this is his time to go for his walk. So we walk him around the neighborhoods. Actually, it's still a little too warm here until the sun
I don't know
goes
if he's
down.
going to get a walk because it is hot.
Yeah.
And he's a Norwegian elk hound. Poor guy.
John Mueller, you're doing Battleborn in the new trailer. It's a new RV, new motorhome. But yes, we are. We have 2 Battleborn batteries in 100 amp lithium batteries. Same system we have, 400 watts of solar on the roof. It's a perfect sweet spot for us, and we do have 2 Battleborns in it as well. All right, I'm looking for questions, and type it all if you can at the top. Would you know if the new Ford all-wheel drive chassis includes auto start for recharging house batteries for when you run the AC at night? Ford doesn't offer that, but the leisure travel van people and many of the other builders have an auto start for your generator that will start, and that will keep your air conditioning going if you're running on batteries. If you're out boondocking and then you're running on batteries, and you're running your air conditioner, you're going to suck the air. You're only going to get an hour, maybe 2. That's it. If you're lucky, you're going to get that with your air conditioners. So you need to have the generator on. And, if your batteries get down too low, you can set AutoGen Start on the generator, and it will kick off, and then your air conditioner will run from there. But if you're in a campground, people don't want generators running all night. And if you have people near you where you're boondocking, they don't want you to run the generator all night. So running the air conditioner at night is always a challenge, unless you're in a campground. And then let her go, pound away. I'm surprised to see so many people looking to sell everything that have never experienced RVing.
Yeah.
That want to do full-time RV. I am too.
We're all different. Some people are just so excited.
Full-time
They go for
RVing has become so in. Who'd think that? And people say, I want to go, and they've never RV'd. I always say, if you're thinking about full-time RVing, you have no business thinking about it until you've done at least a year of fairly heavy-duty RVing, going out for a couple weeks at a time, a month at a time, lots of weekends. It is a whole different thing to sell everything. Now, the worst case scenario is you don't like it and you can go back and buy a new house, or you don't sell your house. But it's a big step, and it's not for everyone. And a lot of people are pretending like it is for everybody because they're making money at various steps along the way. I suppose we could tell you it is and sell you a book on how to full-time, but you need to. We just want to be straight with everybody, and it's not for everybody, and it's a big step. And make sure you get some solid experience and you know about it. Too many people are just, buying all the hype on this and jumping in, and they're going to be very disappointed, I think, a lot of people. Any newbies out there? Love the Ellicott email reminder yesterday. Good reminders. That's, again, the post that we just put up on the blog. Yeah, that was great. We put it up about 7 o'clock, and by midnight it had over 12,000 views. So, and I don't know what it's had today, a bunch more. So that's great. What upgrades are you going to do for your new RV? Well, we're going to maybe put in an auto leveling system. Again, we have that issue of ground clearance. I don't have to worry about the electrical system because everything is in with it. We have, I'm not even sure I'm going to put a WeBoost cell phone booster in it. We have not needed one for 2 years because the cell networks are so much better now. We will probably, we have satellite TV. We put a system on the roof, an antenna, automatic antenna that goes to the new buyer. We may put a satellite system in. I don't know. It's not top of our list. This is the first RV we've bought that I don't have a lot of upgrades to do. The most expensive and important one would be the automatic levelers, but everything else it pretty much has. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're not, we're finding we don't need to have everything, but we've got little gadgets that we'll put in. I'll put my new indoor-outdoor thermometers in. I'll probably put a CB radio in, some of my amateur ham radio gear in. We might do another camera like we have in the current one that's always on, so you can see what's out back.
I like that.
I have a dash cam that I'll put on. I'm selling the current one, but I'll get another one. And but those are minor things. We'll do a whole video on it. We'll probably have a summer's worth of videos when we get this new one and talk about it. So when we fill our water tank, how do we fill the water heater? Thanks. The water heater will fill itself. Just turn on the water pump and it'll do it. You don't have to do it. Just fill your water tank and turn on the water pump and it will take care of it. It's all automatic. I've been thinking of retiring to full-time RVing and have been put off by the fact that in the event of shelter in place, there are few places you can put an RV. Well, that's a good...
Isn't that the truth? That sure surprised us this year, and I think a lot of people.
If you see this shirt that I'm wearing, Henry, it says Essential Escapees RV Club. Do you know what that's about? So many of the full-timers found themselves scrambling, trying to find places they could go when everything shut down. Why? Because many states said that an RV park was not an essential business. It was non-essential. Just as travel between the U.S.-Canadian border is considered non-essential. Escapees have done a really good job of lobbying many of those states, saying, hey, an RV park is an essential business. And that's why I'm wearing this shirt, just because of that issue. There were places to stay, and I don't know of anybody who got completely stranded someplace without finding a place to settle roots. But that is an issue. And next time, if there is a next time, and I applaud the Escapees Club for doing that. That was good. Lots of questions from all of you guys. Let's see. Jen, I have a color question. I'm ordering a Unity rear lounge. What do you think of the wall color? Natural Rift or Cashmere? You have the Natural Rift that you picked. The rest are silver, earth, and the counter is Antarctica.
You can't go wrong. Whatever you choose, you're going to like. You cannot go wrong. Their colors are beautiful. We met the woman who does their interior decorating, and everything is just very top-notch.
Yeah.
You won't be disappointed.
Yeah, I can't keep. All I know is we have Natural Rift somewhere. I don't know what color that is. Why can't you say light tan or beige? I don't know, but
I like colors. I mean, we got the light wood, light interior, but I've seen the dark, and I like the dark too. Excuse me. The cherry, I'm a little sick of because we had quite a few with cherry.
They don't have any cherry, and
kind of a red.
Yeah, they don't have any.
They don't have any now?
Leisure. No, I don't think so. Marshall, do you travel with full water tank or do you load up before stopping for the night? Does mileage efficiency change? Well, yeah, water weighs a lot. I forget, what is it? 13 pounds a gallon or something? No, I don't remember. It's a lot. 7 pounds a gallon?
Yeah, it affects your gas.
I forget.
So
somebody else
carry just a little bit.
Yeah, I put...
Depends on if you know where you're going, if you know you can get water when you get where you're going to spend the night.
So we'll take off, say, Tuesday, and we're going to drive 350 miles or so. I'll have maybe 20% fresh water in there, 15 to 20%. That's enough to, it's gross, but to flush the toilet if you need it while you're driving.
And that water's going to get old.
Yeah, the water gets old and it gets skunky, and we'll top it off when we spend the night. Or I think we're going to stay at commercial campgrounds going home this time. We're not doing a leisurely trip. We're doing a working trip. So we got to shower in the morning. We got to look good, and because we're working as well. We're taking videos and doing videos. So we'll probably stay in commercial campgrounds. So when we pull in, I'll just hook up the city water. But when we travel, I keep 10, 15, 20%. I try and empty it after every trip. Whenever I'm going to be home or in a place for a while, I empty out that water tank, the fresh water. But it's just easy to travel when it's not full. Just joined the show. Why did you go for the extra expensive all-wheel drive this go-around? Scott, I've answered that about 15 times, so you can kind of go back and listen. But I know you just came through, but I don't want to repeat all of the reasons what we got. Over the last 2 or 3 weeks, we've been talking about it. So But we just want all-wheel drive. We go to a lot of places that it's going to come in handy. What floor time is your new model? It's going to be their rear twin bed, 2 twin beds that can make into a queen, and then shower on one side, bath on the other, the
A
galley.
door that you can shut so
yeah,
you
you can
have 2
separate it.
areas.
I always get up early, 5:30 sometimes, 6, and the Princess and the Pea will sometimes sleep in all the way till like 7 o'clock in the morning. Gee, day's half gone. But when I'm up and I'm doing a lot of work and the lights are on, I can with this Wonder. I really like the one that we borrowed. I just can shut that door and it's nice and peaceful in the back for Jen and doesn't bother her, and so we can have really a separation. So it's the rear twin bed, and the rear twin bed is the one with that big garage, that under storage that we wanted. So we'll show you. We'll do a million videos on this thing when we get it. All right, I'm looking for your questions as we start to wind down. We've only got time here. Actually, we're out of time.
Bo? Whoops! I just
Where
jumped
is
the
Bo?
table.
Somebody
Right
asked
here.
that.
Where is Bo, Phyllis? Is that Bo? Yeah.
You can get a lot of Bo. Oh, Phyllis is telling me about Bo's Instagram. Boy, did I have... You want to see a great picture of Bo? I took a great picture of Bo. Let me just pull this up. Here's Bo. Look at this. Okay, there he is. I took that picture on the beach last week. Isn't that a great picture of him? I really enjoyed that. So, isn't that a pretty picture? I didn't show you that. And then we did a little group shot last week on the beach in Jacksonville. And he came and he dug himself a little hole. Jennifer was sitting there first, and he dug a little hole, and he stayed in that.
He never gets to dig holes because, at our yard and at dog parks, they can't dig holes. So I just let him dig, and then he just sat himself down in it. He was looking his instincts for a cool spot.
Yeah. So he was. I'm trying to get rid of that picture here. Oh, there we go. Okay, there. And then I had another one. I like this one too. Aw, that's the closest you'll ever see. We just sat. That was Jacksonville Beach, and we really had a good time there. That was a lot of fun. But Bo has his own Instagram page. Hey, Phyllis, if you're still there, I asked you earlier, and I don't know how to do this, but we've been doing a lot on Pinterest lately. Phyllis, besides moderating tonight, is also our social media director. How do I tell people where to go to on Pinterest to follow us? Because we do. Bo has his Instagram page. Jennifer has her Instagram page. I have one that I use for Bo, Jen, and me. We have Twitter, we have Facebook, of course, we have LinkedIn, and we also do Pinterest. But I don't know what the address is. But you can share our posts on Pinterest, and it's somewhere out there. Maybe Phyllis will type it in there. But follow us on Pinterest. Those of you, I know a lot of you like it, and that's good. Okay, there's the question. Where's Bo? Bo, come here.
Where is Bo? He's
maybe
not barking.
He's behind that table over there. He's with us, but he's sound asleep.
I don't know why he's so tired.
I don't know.
He did play a lot with Princess this morning.
I could get him.
But he's sound
squirrel.
asleep.
No, it's not gonna
he
do it.
saw a cat out on the balcony yesterday. And he was barking like crazy.
Yeah. All right, I'm just scrolling through and making sure that I'm not missing anything critical. Do you still use your windshield witness dash cam? Oh my gosh, no, I dumped that. That was like 5 years ago. I used that. No, we use a different system now, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's on that list where we put all of our gear on the website with all the products we use. It's a pretty high-end system because it has actually 2 cameras, one that looks out at the windshield and one that looks over our shoulder.
There's a question there. Extended warranty? Leisure, Ray?
Does Leisure offer an extended warranty for their products? I don't know. Not that I know of. Where we recommend you'd use for our extended warranty is wholesale warranties. And if you look on rvlifestyle.com, under the About section, you see our partners. We have a list for wholesale warranties. They can give you a very competitive price for. We really recommend those folks for extended warranties. I don't know if Leisure does.
That, there is what is your favorite?
New RV feature. Okay. Last question. That will be for what's our favorite?
I think what we're going to like in the Ford is that both of the front chairs swivel around for more space in the front cab.
Yep.
With a Ford.
And for me, it is that extra storage. As we have done so much more video, and I carry around a full podcast studio now with our travel. I did a post not long ago on the blog about all the gear we take, the camera gear. Where do you store it? And so I really need all that storage for it. So,
Bo's dog food.
But yep. So that's kind of what we're looking for. Let's see. All right. Boy, there's a lot of, I hate to leave questions. Oh, here's one. Great live. Thank you from Home on the Road. What a great name. That's a great handle. $5 super chat. Thank you. I didn't see that come through, and I don't know how long you've had it out there, but I didn't see it. All right. Share your Pinterest. Phyllis says, we have a bit of a problem with your Pinterest. It's an old one that I set up like years ago, so we'll have to figure it all out. That's all in your hands, Phyllis. You just take care of it and tell me what to say, and then we can go from there. But everyone can share to their Pinterest while our account is getting fixed. So you can just go like on rvlifestyle.com and share those things. All right. Hey, we got to go. It's 6 minutes after 8, and we always promise we'll be out of here in an hour, but we kind of hate to say goodbye to the beach. It's outside, and I don't know, maybe we'll go out and do a couple of sunsets, but we hit the road this week, so we hope for safe travel. We hope wherever you are that you travel safe, stay safe. We're not out of the woods on this virus yet. Practice social distancing. Don't get too cocky about it. And Peter wants to know what we feed Bo. What's that? Okay, Alice, I can't believe you didn't answer the guy's question about your new RV, but answered the question about the beds, which you've already answered. Just a comment. Alice, I don't know what question that is. So,
he has a rough time reading all these questions.
There are 100,
and I can't see that far. It's too far over. So sorry we didn't answer
75 people who kind of ask questions on here, and I'm doing my best to answer them all. So
you got to wear your glasses.
So I have no idea what question you're talking about, but we do our best to answer them. That's why it helps if you type in question at the front, and we'll go from there. Everybody else, thank you so much for being here. We enjoyed it. Lots coming up. Newsletter tomorrow. Got to go write that before we go to bed yet tonight. And what else do we have? Interesting RV. Can you hand that green thing to me right there? Interesting interview in the podcast. One of the things I noticed last week is that the water just tasted really nasty. And so I did some searching, and I have this. This, y'all know what this is. This is kind of like the standard little inline water filter, right? But it fits in this, which is a dirt guard. This attaches to the RV spigot, the spigot outside that you connect your water. And then this goes in here, and then your hose goes here into the RV. So this is the two-stage filtration system that we're going to carry in our RV. This takes out all of the sediment and the rust that you find in those RV campground sites. And this is unlike most of the cheaper versions of these things, which are granulated powdered charcoal. This is solid charcoal. And it takes all the impurities down to 1 micron. So it improves the taste and the quality. Anyway, I got a big interview. I have no interest in this. I'm not selling this. I don't get a commission, anything like that. If you want to learn about it, it's called Clear 2.0. And they cost like 30. This is 34 and that's 34. You can use just this one if you want. $34. And I think the average one of these is about 17. So it's about twice as much. They last longer, so it'll all work out. The taste is amazing. So I'm going to talk about that Wednesday in the podcast and rvlifestyle.com. So what else do we have? And then next Saturday, we'll have a new video on where we stayed in Jacksonville, Florida. And we're going to talk about the question of how do you manage your medical care while you're traveling, when you're on the road. We're on the road pretty much 3/4 of the year. How do you manage your medical care? So we'll have a video on that. We'll show you what we do, have some tips, and then show you where we stayed while we were managing medical care last week in Jacksonville. And it was great. So, all right, everybody. It was great. Sorry that we went on so much longer. We'll see you down the road.
Happy trails.
Bye-bye.